We are in single digits.
Yes.
9 days until Christmas, guys.
Oh, boy.
Do you like my Santa sweater?
It's a beautiful Santa sweater.
I love my new Santa sweater.
You know what I was saying this morning? Because we've had a tradition here lately, last few weeks. And Christmas,
A lot of singing.
A lot of singing going on.
Yeah.
So
we don't have to continue.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Fall on your knees. The angel's voice. I mean,
you know, when I go and
What is
look.
it called when you go together? Harmony?
Yeah. No, that's not what that happened there. But when I go on and look at the analytics for the show, and you see like, oh, when did everyone listen? When did they drop off? Consistently, that first note hits, and you just see a sharp just plunge. It's like, well, everybody's out. So yeah,
we really need Alex to work on that to bring down the audio.
Our audio
on that
guy
part.
can only do so much.
I know.
Yeah.
once again, as my grandmother said, that boy shouldn't have been a football player. He should have.
I think she just
been
stopped after that.
Opera singer.
It just stopped
That's
after
what
that.
Grandma
He shouldn't have been a
Fuller
football player.
said.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, we're clearly in the Christmas spirit,
Yeah.
but welcome to the
Yes.
Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage. We have some hoops talk, football, Bahamas Bowl. We have some news to kind of break in the Bahamas
yes.
Bowl area.
Oh, yes.
We also have on new head volleyball coach Jeremy White, an exclusive interview with him.
No one else was in the room.
No.
We kicked everybody else out. It was very
It is exclusive,
Yes.
people. And then we'll go around the mountain with some other Liberty Athletics updates. But let's start with Liberty men's basketball.
Yeah. Come on, Hoops.
The Flames beat NC-A&T on Saturday evening. Yeah. The good news is that Zach Cleveland was back in that starting lineup. Matt Warner, be the person who shares.
No, hey, let's talk more good news first. Zach Cleveland came back after a little foot injury that had been bugging him. Owen Aquino, big man, 28 points, 10 rebounds. He was a monster.
That's a good
in this
offense.
game.
stat
Season high
line.
for him, highest point total from any Flame this year. He was an absolute monster in this game. So yes, so that's the good. The bad, potentially, Isaiah Enan left the game with a knee injury. We said on the broadcast, if you know his history at all, missed 2 entire seasons at Minnesota with knee injuries. So no official word on that, on how severe and all. Just from the replay that we saw, reason to be concerned, I would say, is a fair way to say it. Hopefully we'll get more information as the team plays tomorrow night, Tuesday night. But that's a game changer if he goes down for this team. We've said it before. They have 1 loss. They're 10-1. I think they have 2 more losses if he's not on this roster this year. Like he's been that good for them off the bench. 6'9", great length, has shot the 3 well. He has been even better, I think, than they hoped he would be when they got him here. So that would definitely change things in terms of the depth and the size that they had with him on the court. But we'll see what ends up coming from that
Way to
injury.
make it a Monday, Matt.
Well,
Warner.
I mean,
Who are the Flames at tomorrow night?
Tomorrow it's a non-D1. It's St. Andrews. And then Saturday you get your
When we
final.
get conference play going.
That comes up January 2nd, I believe, is the
Yes.
first. But Saturday, I do want to say, you're playing UT Arlington. And you're like, who is this team, UT Arlington? UT Arlington is a really good mid-major. They lost to USC by 3 earlier this year.
Oh, wow.
Like they are a very good team. This is the best home non-conference game far and away. So if you have a chance to get out
It's a
there,
2
Liberty
p.m.
Arena, Saturday afternoon, get out to this one because this will be a tough game. It'll be a good one to finish non-conference play on.
How does a team like UT Arlington compare to was it Grand Canyon that we played last year?
I think Grand Canyon might
Grand
be
Canyon's probably better.
a little better.
I would say, they probably are, but like
comparable?
Because
Grand Canyon's
I
pretty
would
good.
say no. Grand Canyon was better. They were a team that had made the tournament and stuff. Like they've definitely done more. But UT Arlington's a really solid opponent.
Yeah, that's Saturday at Liberty Arena, 2 p.m. tip. Of course, yours truly will be on
the call?
We'll be there.
For that.
Love
That's our Christmas sweater game. So
Right.
But here's the thing, Naz.
I need to check with Naz.
Get with Naz.
Can I just tell you?
Come on,
obviously, we
Naz.
all love Naz. But here has been our annual tradition
Okay,
when
no.
it comes to these games.
For the last 5 years.
Like the last 5
people.
years, we go, And he even said it. He said it on the air this year. He's like, oh, we should do a Christmas sweater game.
And
Like,
we're like,
okay. And
Naz,
we're like,
we
great,
do.
we'll do it.
We've been
For
doing
5
it.
years straight, we get there and Naz goes, I don't have a Christmas sweater. I should have bought one.
I'll get Naz.
So
a Christmas
maybe we
sweater.
need to get Naz a
Naz-
Christmas sweater.
I mean,
I'll get
it needs
Naz
to
a
be
Christmas.
here
If that's
by-
what it takes, I'll do it.
I'll talk to him. we need to get on this.
Is it like?
I
is
mean,
that
Saturday's
Matt,
game.
like Amazon isn't going to
Drive
deliver
to
by
Walmart.
Saturday.
We got to drive to
Oh,
Walmart. I'll go to Walmart.
I forgot. You can go to stores now.
Legitimately, last year after Christmas, it's reached the point where my wife said to me, hey, there's some great sales on Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
Not, do you want one? But she said, should I get one for Naz? Like, that's where we're at.
Problem
So
solved.
we'll take care of it. We'll
Wait,
take care of
I
it.
just realized this is our last Flame Central podcast
That's
powered by
right.
Alcova
Till the new
Mortgage. Before this is our
They call
last
it
one
the
of the year.
2024 wrap up. It's the
Sure.
wrap up
Oh
show.
my gosh! So our
Year in
wrap
review.
up. I just
Do you do
know
ugly Christmas sweaters? You should do ugly.
Kinda,
Christmas sweaters.
yeah. I mean, they're pretty.
my
pretty
yeah.
much, aren't
I
they
might
all?
wear the
Like,
Jordan.
aren't they all like that? Like
teardrop
that?
one.
Like, aren't they all? Oh wait, this isn't supposed to
You
be.
guys are so rude.
Hold on, is this
This
not?
is so cute.
Is this not? This isn't a number.
Okay.
Oh.
Um,
No, it looks great.
I love when I produce on the
Looks great
fly,
on
but
you.
we have another little segment after our conversation with Coach White in just a moment. I just came up with another.
What's the name of the segment?
I don't know. I'm gonna think
you
of it.
come
while-
with a segment. You have to have
I'm
a name
not
for
sure.
it.
I'm not sure, but I gotta just remember that I teased that
Okay.
and we do it after the interview. But so yes, get out to Liberty Arena tomorrow night, 7:00 tip,
And definitely Saturday.
and then definitely Saturday, a little midday matinee. You know,
Midday.
Ooh, oh,
love that. And then women, they play Wednesday night,
Against
but they
Arkansas.
have been
Arkansas?
Yeah.
shooting the ball very, very well. There was one game where they weren't shooting very well, but then, I mean, they're scoring like 106.
Yeah, it's a tough
109,
contest.
so-
Arkansas, I think it's like 500 this year, but so, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
a chance to beat an SEC program.
At Arkansas.
At Arkansas.
Is it?
I
I
believe
think it's.
so.
I know it's a tournament, but I'm not
Oh, it's
sure
a
if it.
tournament.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Those tournaments, they really get me.
I know. Please don't start. Let's not start.
That's a touchy
We've
subject.
had
Really touchy
We're
subject.
not going
Gets-
down that
don't
road
do it.
Gets
anymore.
really, really awkward. Okay, let's move over to the gridiron
Let's do it.
before that happens. The Bahamas Bowl. Matt Warner, you have some numbers that matter or breaking news that matters about the Bahamas Bowl. What do you got?
Breaking news. Listen, as if you
Look at
needed
Joe.
any more reasons to get excited for this game.
Yeah.
I was informed today.
Unbelievable.
It is locked in. It is official.
Done deal.
You're hearing it here. Where are you hearing it first?
Where's
You're
the
hearing it
break?
right
Where's
here.
the- I'm sure this will go national.
On the radio call
Unbelievable.
for this game on the Flames radio network. Is that?
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yes.
That's right.
Flames Radio alongside the great Alan York will be none other than our buddy Joe Yack on the radio call.
Yak Dog!
So I expect this to be the most listened to game all year long.
You know what your grandma
Wow.
told me? You have a face for radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? My goal is to make Alan as most uncomfortable as I possibly.
And you won't have to try. You do that naturally.
Yeah,
Joe.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just, I am really.
Having been in that seat, I know that
yeah,
you can do that.
You know that feeling,
Yes,
don't
absolutely.
you? Matthew? Yeah. So,
You all right?
so
Yanni.
I'm excited about doing that. I get to go to obviously go to the Bahamas, which is
Right.
fantastic. And
Yeah,
then-
real
tough
rough.
life.
yeah,
Yeah,
rough life, and so I get to be on the call for the
That'll be good.
for the Flames ball game. So yeah, super excited about that.
Yeah.
First,
I'm gonna have to listen.
first time with Alan York.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah.
yeah. So I really excited.
You say I won't do it in the continental United States.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
we're
once
going.
you go
Bahamas?
outside,
Then
I'm in.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
other thing Al needs to understand is once you get outside, they throw all the rules out. There's no legal rules.
Oh, gosh.
Once you get a passport,
Right,
you're
it's just a
overseas.
Wild West.
It's just a Wild West.
Right.
So, hey, Alan.
Anything
hey,
goes.
Alan, just let it fly, man.
Yeah,
Just
anything
let it-
goes.
No, we'll be on our best behavior. I
Oh
promise.
boy, Joe's gonna be swimming back to Virginia because he's definitely not gonna be allowed on that team plane. I'm kidding. So QB1 for that bowl game will be Ryan Berger.
Yeah.
Have you done your homework on him yet, or you,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
still have a couple weeks? I guess January 4th.
Yeah, I still got a couple weeks, but I like Ryan Berger. I mean, I've been to practice and watched him practice, and I think that you're going to tell a lot from him in this game. That what you're looking for, and we'll find out a lot what he's in the future. Because the one thing that I do like about this is the practice time that they have.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't
Right.
like, hey, we just finished the season, now let's throw him into a game. Like this is, hey, he's got time to
A lot of reps.
prepare physically. He's got time to prepare mentally. He's got to get a ton of reps. And so I think this bowl game will be a really good indicator of what the Flames' future is potentially at the quarterback position. Now, with that being said, there's young guys that are still there, so I think that spot is going to be competitive. But what a great chance for Berger to get out there and show his stuff, in a big time atmosphere, big time game. So I'm really excited to watch him.
I'm curious to see how does the offense look different with him. Like, is it a lot of the same stuff,
right?
Just with him at quarterback that you saw with Salter, or does the offense look a lot different with him? Do they accentuate different things that he does well that maybe Salter didn't, or whatever? It looks a little different.
The bigger part is Cooley's not playing. Right. So with Cooley not playing, like that is he is the heartbeat of the offense, and so who steps into that role?
Really, you only have Von Blue, right? That's going to be.
I think Billy Lucas. I think
Billy
he's going to
Lucas
go.
is playing.
But
I mean, Billy Lucas is that guy. I mean, when you look, obviously he's different than what Cooley is, but Billy did such a good job when they were trying to give him a series here, a series there. You go back to the what was the game that he played?
Well, he played really well in UMass. He played really well in Western Kentucky.
The Western Kentucky, that's the game I was thinking. We were on the call for that game. The Western Kentucky game, where he stepped in and got a series here, a series there. And I think that was a big difference in the game because he allowed Cooley to get some rest, and he came in and showed what he could do. The thing about Billy, which is different, is he is, obviously not as bruising as Cooley is, but man, his vision and his ability to move laterally is what impressed. The first tackler never gets him. I mean, he always misses lateral and then gets his shoulders north and south. So it's like, okay, how new faces, but it ain't like we're replacing these guys with scrubs. These are really good football players. So it's a future. So it's
great opportunity for a lot of guys.
Great opportunity
on that offensive line. There's going to be some opportunities there for guys that haven't gotten a ton of reps.
Do we know? And I haven't kept up. I mean, a few things, but are there any other guys that we know for sure that are not playing?
Well, there's some offensive linemen that are in the portal that I doubt will be. Unless they have a change of heart. But so it's going to look a lot different. It's going to look a lot different.
But great point about them having so much time to prepare and for these opportunities for some of these young guys. So excited about that.
And throw out the result of the bowl game. Like, part of the reason we always think of like, you make a bowl game so you can go to this game and whatever. But for coaches, yes, that's great, and you want to win. But like for coaches, you want that bowl game so you get those extra 15 practices or whatever it is, because that's like a whole other lead up to your spring.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like a lot of these young guys, that is invaluable for them to get all of these practices and get that under their belt, no matter what happens in the bowl game itself.
It's an evaluation of what your future is.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I think, and see, like a lot of times people will go, well, this bowl game is not important. Like, teams will go and think that attitude. Trust me, if you're a young guy and you know that this is your audition for a potential starting position the following year, right? It means a lot to you. So you're going to see a lot of these. There's going to be a lot of young guys you don't know about that are going to play their heart out. So I'm excited to watch them play.
How many times we've seen just that. A guy have a great bowl game that launches them into being the starter next year.
Yeah.
Or even from where we've had situations where a coach leaves, an interim coaches the bowl game, they win, and people get so caught up in that momentum, they hire that guy. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't always work out, but like that moment, that bowl game, it can launch careers, whether it be on the field or on the sideline.
Yeah.
Speaking 100%. Of a new career that has been launched, well, I guess he's already had a career, but in the NFL, Bill Belichick, is he coming to UNC? I know this is the Flame Central podcast, but we have to touch on this because this is a big deal for college football. Wow. Is he going to be invited to the JPL?
Well,
there's at least a 50% chance. At least a 50% chance.
I heard he can recruit.
He will play pickleball at Joe Yock's house.
Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah.
It's got to be funny. Speaking of Bill Belichick, got to tie it into the Patriots. Demario Douglas getting and Drake May.
I watched that live yesterday.
Yeah, what a veteran move for May.
Drake May has always done stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, it was made funny the second he did it. I was on the call for the Pittsburgh UNC game. He did the same thing. Pitcher, he did it left-handed.
Yeah.
Where he flipped it. The guy was coming from here, and he put in his left hand. He flipped it for a touchdown left-handed to Kobe Paysor. But, I mean, when I saw that, and I was like, right when the dude caught it, I was like, that's Demario Douglas.
Yeah.
I was like, that's Demario Douglas.
Yeah.
Our John Pratt produced an incredible piece on Demario Douglas and his story. So if you haven't seen that, go to libertyflamecentral.com because it is just such an incredible journey of,
For sure.
Such an underdog story that you will enjoy for sure. Okay, we are going to talk a little bit more about the college football playoff in just a moment, but first let's go to this conversation with the new Liberty volleyball coach, Jeremy White. We have a new head coach on the mountain. It is Jeremy White, and we are so happy that you joined us. This is like a thing. Whenever you get,
it's a pretty big deal.
Whenever you move to the mountain or you're a new athlete, whatever it is, if you come on the Flame Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage, your life changes.
Yeah.
So
I hope you're ready for all that comes with this. It's all different after this.
Excited about it. Let's go.
We are so happy that you're here.
It's hard to get through a parking lot. Let's just say that.
Oh my God.
On game day, like Coach, everybody say, "Oh yeah, I saw it on the Flame Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage." They just the same thing over and over.
Don't even try to go to Sam's Club post church on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Coach White, welcome. We're
Thank
so
you.
happy that you're here. Tell us how this all came about. You originally were coaching in Louisiana, now move into the mountain in Virginia. How did it all come about?
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I was like kind of out of the blue, got a random Facebook message from, which obviously the only thing you ever get on Facebook message is like spam stuff, right? And so,
Is this real?
Yeah, so I'm like, I get a message. I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'll call this number and call. And they're like, hey, Liberty wants to talk to you. I'm like, awesome. Can you Zoom at 3 o'clock? I think the way it said. I was like, 3 Eastern or Central? He's like, Eastern. So I'm like, 2 o'clock, I'm on a Zoom. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's a meeting of the minds, just like a first, initial phone call type thing. And no, it ends up being the whole senior staff. I'm like, oh, this is one of those.
Whoa.
Hey, like I'm in my pajamas, wasn't really prepared for this, but yeah.
No. So we it did that, and then obviously called me up the next day and wanted to get me out to campus, and so came out after the selection show on Sunday. We unfortunately didn't make it, and it's here on Monday and Tuesday of last week, and here we are.
Wow.
Yeah.
I should really
What a
check my
whirlwind.
Facebook messages.
I know.
I never
You wanna
think,
go through that.
Seriously.
Who knows what I might have missed?
See you guys. I'm out of here.
Kansas City Chiefs
Yeah,
calls
right.
Oh, man.
6 seasons at
Yeah.
Southeastern Louisiana, and you guys had a ton of success there, made a couple of NCAA tournaments. I guess when you've had that kind of success, is it hard to leave it? And what made you think like Liberty it's the right place, it's the right time for me to make the move?
I'll be honest. One, I wasn't really exactly planning on making a move. We really loved our time at Southeastern and in Louisiana. Obviously, my wife's from there. My family's kind of, we got a lot of family close by, so it was an important thing for us to be in those elements. That's one reason we took the job, coming back from Oklahoma. But no, I mean, did a great job developing that. I mean, it was tough. My eyes hurt for a few days, from crying and everything. I loved our athletes. I loved the people in the community. We had great support there, so it was tremendous. But got to come on campus and see Liberty and talk to everyone about what was available, and then really kind of the opportunity to kind of live a different life in regards to the public institution. You kind of have to keep certain elements of your life a little closer to the vest, and so being here at Liberty, being in a faith-based institution, kind of be able to be a little more open in that aspect of your life, especially with your athletes, is tremendous. I think it's a great part about development. Of them, just developing as a complete person, and so that's been exciting. And then obviously the campus and the area is beautiful, and the Lynchburg kind of felt a lot like Hammond, just in regards to the type of people I was communicating with, and just kind of the feel of the community. So just excited about it all. So it's pumped. I mean, pumped. The family's pumped. I don't know, it's gonna be an exciting adventure.
And I don't know where do you go get jambalaya around here? I know the food may be a little different here.
You're gonna have to get it at my house. Is what's gonna happen.
Okay. I don't know if that's an invite, but I'm taking it that way. Yeah.
Hey, we do food, faith, family. That's what we built a culture on at Louisiana. We're gonna do it again here. So.
I love that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Coach, the mission of this university is training champions for Christ. You just mentioned faith. What does your faith journey? What does it look like?
It's an interesting one, from Texas originally. So I kind of grew up a little Southern Baptist, kind of moved into a non-denominational setting as I got a little older, and then married a Catholic. So that's a little bit different as well. So, I've had a wide array of the faith, but I think really more than anything else, it's just a continuation of growing, your relationship with God and just what He does in your life and what you can do in other lives and stuff. I've tried to make it a point to just try to be the best person I possibly can be and kind of be more of an example, and when I can't always be more of a bigger advocate for it in people's lives. And so, I don't know. This is an exciting journey, though, because, an opportunity for us to grow our faith as a family, kind of grow in a community of faith, and then, also continue, like I said, grow athletes in that area as well. So.
So, Coach, when you said that you got the Facebook message, right, and then it's like next thing you know, I'm on this Zoom call in my pajama pants. I think he said he was in his pajama pants.
I totally did the thing where I put the the polo over all of that. So
Polo pajama pants.
That's what got him the job.
So what was your what was the connection here to Liberty? Was it this just like Liberty seek you, or did you have an original connection, or through the grapevine know people that put your name out there? How did you get connected?
From what I was told, it came through the FCA route. So Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and so I mean I've always been a big advocate of that. We utilized our FCA program heavily in both of our programs with the indoor and beach program, just in regards to having speakers come out and things. And we actually, Pastor Mike, who takes care of FCA for Southeastern, he was a big advocate for what we were trying to do from a mental performance perspective, and then adding a spiritual side to it. Yeah. So he actually came and spoke with our athletes weekly. I don't know exactly who put it out there, but I do know it came through that route.
That's why. Yeah. I mean, you win.
Yeah.
That helps too.
Yeah.
Like you've won a lot, so that helps as well. You mentioned the beach volleyball. You also coach the beach team there. How different is it going to be here not having that part of it?
We don't have a beach.
We do, but it's club. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just saying a beach.
We don't have a real beach. We do have a team, yes.
I don't think
Southeastern didn't have a beach as well. We were just close to one.
No,
beach is an interesting beast in regards to, one, everybody's so laid back, so it's a little bit tougher for a type A coach to be. It's like everybody's on beach time, and it's a very different aspect. And so, but it was fun. I mean, I think, a lot of my playing career was on the beach, through my 20s and early 30s for just, the old age crept up on me and all that good business. But no, and it's it'll be nice not having the 11 straight weeks of weekends taken up. That's difficult, but I mean, it's also gonna be a little bittersweet because I just enjoyed it. I think the kids in that, it's a different vibe all the time, and so it's you get to go from a very serious, very strategical element with indoor, and then you go to beach, and you've got a really great job of preparing your kids because you don't really get to say much. You don't get to make too many adjustments. You can only kind of talk between timeouts and side changes, and so it's really up to them to make all the adjustments. So you're just getting them prepared early and letting them go, and so it's a different element of trying to train an athlete to be kind of self-sufficient.
You know what I see? I see beach volleyball coming to the Yacht compound. What do you think?
It could happen.
So he has pickleball courts.
It could happen.
Imagine the tournaments.
Yeah, we can go right behind the courts. Yeah. You just have an all sports day.
Right.
Yeah.
You just go right
a field day at the Yacht compound.
Is your pickleball game pretty solid, Coach?
Let's see. The last time I played pickleball was at Chicken and Pickle during the last summer and in Houston, and I thought I was going to tear my calf apart. So
well, Joe has pretty much done that. Yeah. So that sounds about right.
That's a fair statement.
I want to ask you, your story getting to the sport of volleyball, I heard is interesting. You were not like a volleyball guy growing up, right?
No.
How did you come to be involved with the sport?
So baseball guy growing up, baseball in college and things like that, kind of transferred. I got a little closer to home after my first year at Baylor, and then I went to Lamar, and then I transferred to McNeese State University. Just to be with my best friend. He was finishing up school. I was done playing baseball, and just going to hang out with him and enjoy my time. And just so happens that the guy who was the head coach there from like 90 until 2004, he had stepped away because he had young children, and he was teaching a volleyball class and was my advisor. And he got me, he saw a big tall guy that could jump pretty well and took me under his wing. And next thing you know, I had never even been to a volleyball. I had never been to a volleyball game until my junior year of college.
Wow.
And then I ended up playing all over the country and playing a lot of indoor and beach, and got me into coaching and fell in love with it. And there you go. That's kind of the end of it.
That is so interesting.
So, Coach, you come in here, you've had success in Louisiana, obviously. What's your style? What's going to be that which makes your program go to where Liberty wants it to go? What's your coaching style?
I think everything's about culture and kind of just developing our athletes in a great culture. But style-wise, we just always called it gritty. We want to be a team that can go out there and figure out ways to win in every match. I mean, you're not always going to have your best game, so can you grit out wins when you're playing with your B or C game? Can you be a bit of a chameleon? If maybe you need to be more of a defensive team in this situation and win in transition, or can you also go score it really well and first ball side out and put yourself in a position to just kind of trounce the team pretty early. Style-wise, it's probably closer to that. We're going to go look for great athletes that are great people, and focus on putting them in the best position to be successful and coach them up well. But gritty is probably the best way I can describe it because, especially coming out of Louisiana where nobody thinks you're anything anyway. So.
I love it.
Yeah, I like that.
And mixed with that type,
very much so.
And mixed with the type A that you mentioned earlier. That's
the
a good combo.
underdog mentality. That kind of, I love that, and I think that will serve you well here.
Serve you well.
Serve. That was not intentional. But you had quick turnarounds at Southeastern, and I know at your previous stop at Northwestern Oklahoma State as well. Like you turned it quick.
Yeah.
Now that's a lot of pressure. Not saying that's gonna happen now, but what is the biggest or most important factor in getting a program turned the right direction quickly?
Winning a championship year one.
Well, yes, but what goes into that? What's the most important factor?
Yeah, don't ask Jamie Chadwell.
No, I think it's that culture piece. It's getting kids to buy in early. Northwestern Oklahoma was super easy to get that. They were looking for a different vibe when I got there, and we had some challenging kids early on, but they kind of jumped on board. By the end of the first spring, I think going undefeated in spring play was kind of helpful.
That's good.
But it's utilizing your athletes to the best of their ability. What's going to make them the most successful, and I think that's the reason we've had big jumps. We've had some kids that maybe were underutilized or utilized incorrectly, and we just put them in the best position to be successful, and they go out and take care of business. And then that culture piece is huge. When the kids get and when they like the atmosphere they're in, they work a little harder. They get the buy-ins a lot quicker, and then mix that with
a nice new arena, maybe.
That
might help.
I was gonna mix that with some very different types of resources. I would imagine we can make some similar things happen. Don't quote me and sit there and say we're gonna go win a championship year one. We're gonna do the exact thing. We're gonna work our tails off to do it, but. Western is a bit of a beast. We got to get across first. So.
It's a very exciting time when we get a new head coach on the mountain, but it's also stressful because you have to move somewhat cross country. But I have a guy who can ease your worries and all of those stresses. This guy is Yacht Talk, baby, and he comes from Alcova Mortgage. And there's a deal that Liberty staff.
Oh, Coach probably doesn't know about that deal.
Tell him.
Yeah, Coach. Now listen, this is big. All right. So. We have a special program, Friends of Liberty program, that I work for a company called Alcova Mortgage. So you and your family come into town. You're out looking for your house, right? And we will give you, because you're a new Liberty employee, we will give you a discount on your closing costs up to $5,000.
Awesome. I mean,
so it's 1% of your loan amount. So Coach, you buy. I mean, you're probably looking between the $3 to $4 million range on.
Oh yeah, totally. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
No. So whatever house you're looking for, whatever house you're looking for, you and your family, we will give you up to $5,000. You get a $400,000 loan, you get $4,000 credit back closing money right back in your pocket. Coach, you know what they say about that? It's almost too easy.
They say that.
All right, let's get back on track. Sorry, Coach. I'm paid to do. Actually, I'm not paid to do that. I don't know why I do that every week. Alcova hasn't given me anything. Anyways, what are you most excited about in this move to Lynchburg, non-volleyball related?
Weirdly enough, so I have an uncle who I was really close with growing up. He was one of my it was the youngest of my mom's brothers, and I got kind of close to him because he was still kind of around when we were growing up, and so he's just up a little bit in Baltimore area, so a lot closer to him. So we'll get to visit him a lot more, which is exciting. And then just a new part of the country. I mean, we've spent most of our life in the South, and this is still rather southern, but just a different part of the country and not so flat.
Yeah. You have a little bit of everything. I mean, you're 3 or 4 hours away from the beach, but you got the mountains and Wintergreen, go skiing, and then you got Smith Mountain Lake, which is awesome in the summer.
So you don't have to sell them.
I know. I'm just pass it on to the wife. And then kids, you said your 6-year-old, you were telling us before we started taping. I mean, he is just a sports genius whiz. Future Flame, hopefully.
I mean, he might be on your staff in another 3 or 4 years.
Tell us
he
about
could possibly
your
be there
family.
right now. So my wife Sarah's she's a speech therapist from Louisiana originally, from Lake Charles area, and obviously she's the reason we were back in there again, because it was like when we moved to Oklahoma, it was like, hey, we're getting back to Louisiana as quick as possible. But I think now she's excited for a new adventure. Then I have a 6-year-old son, Carter. Correct sports fanatic, absolute nut job when it comes to those things. I like I said earlier, his ESPN app is red hot, and it never leaves his iPad.
I love that.
And then I have a 3-year-old daughter, Maggie, who we just say she was raised by wolves before we got her, kind of thing, because she's a different human, running all over the place. But yeah, she's wild. She'll be an exciting one on the sidelines at the game. So
last thing for me, you have the people that are on your roster now.
Mm-hmm.
What does that look like with you? Like, I'm assuming introducing yourself, trying to cast your vision to these kids that are like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? They're probably watching the podcast trying to figure that out as well.
It's actually streaming all over campus, I believe.
Like what is your message with them? What does your interaction with them look like right now? What are the next steps?
I actually got to speak with them yesterday. We met in the locker room yesterday, kind of talked it up, and just same stuff we always say. Hey, look, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a lot of work. It's not going to be easy, but if you buy in, it's going to be a great experience, and we're going to have a lot of success because we know we're pretty confident we can create that atmosphere to have those things, and we're going to use that in a way that's it's going to both grow us as athletes, as future employees or business owners or anything like that, and teach them how to be accountable to those areas, and then obviously grow our life in Christ. So.
That's awesome. Joe, you got anything else?
That's great.
We
great.
just have,
welcome, Coach. Welcome.
We have one more thing.
Yeah.
You're going to hold the mic, and you're going to look into your camera one there, and you're going to say, Flame Central Podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage.
All right. Flame Central Podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage.
Bam!
He's
It's almost
one-take guy.
too easy.
I can see why that Zoom interview went so well.
Yeah.
It's
He's a one-take guy.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Awesome,
Coach.
Coach. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Great.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So excited to see where you take this program. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
I mean, we have
Set me.
Yeah.
we have Javon Moffmer, Jeremy White.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're putting together a foursome for hitting the links this spring.
there's no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah.
Did we actually talk about that with Coach White on
I
the
don't
interview?
remember. We taped
He's
it
a
last
big time
week.
golfer.
He is a big golfer. Yeah.
Sorry.
You can only have 4. Somebody's not gonna make the cut.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is this the same rules as the Masters and the JPL? Title IX. Get on the phone now. So ridiculous. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I told you guys, but I did hit an eagle on.
Oh no, you told us
seven.
quite a few times.
So I think I beat out Matt.
Yeah, you texted us multiple times. I think there might have been an email.
I must have missed that one.
Yeah.
Put on your Grinch hat. From the start of this podcast, Matt's been such a Grinch. So excited to see what he's going to do with this program. He's also obviously bringing some winning ways. So that'll be exciting this fall. I have a feeling that there's going to be some good stories coming out of Liberty Volleyball.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go back to the college football playoff talk. Who do you guys have? We're not going to have another podcast.
No.
The playoff starts for the first time ever this week. And
I guess it doesn't matter. I already won the bowl prediction contest, so we don't have to have a prediction for.
You know what?
No,
Should we?
don't. I don't think
Should we?
We can do it, but
I mean, we could do it and make it big points because you beat us pretty bad, didn't you?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah,
pretty bad.
So I mean, I'm not afraid to do
we're
it.
gonna have to switch up our teams, or is it just over for Matt? Or
I think we just ride our roster out,
You got to ride the roster out.
but we get 4 times the points for the Flames Fantasy. That's
It
what
wasn't
Joe,
4.
I don't even know.
We said twice.
I didn't say
And then
4.
we're like,
You said
3
4.
times, and Joe's like, make it 4! Make it 4! I don't care.
It's quadruple. That's
Yeah,
what 4
quadruple.
is.
All right, make it 4.
Joe,
Why
we
not?
literally taped this thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Okay.
you realize that, but
Yeah,
we can
I
go back
understand.
and
Go
show
back
you
in the
on tape.
archives. Go back in the archives.
Go back in the
By the way,
archives.
one real quick note. We talk all the time
I
about
don't have Cooley, by the way.
the great. I know.
I know.
Oh, I
the
need to
great-
pick up. I'll pick up.
No,
my-
there's no
There's
roster.
no-
Oh no! Stop.
There one great things about our fans. They shout us out all the time. Just the other night, you mentioned me at Sam's a couple weeks ago. I was at Chipotle picking up a little to-go order
little
for
to-go.
dinner,
Yeah, a
and
little
walking
breakfast
out,
burrito
and
bowl.
this guy goes, "Hey, that's not for Emily Austin, is it?" I was like, "She can.
You better bring
she can
the
get
guac."
her own. She can get her own Chipotle."
Yeah,
So,
extra
yeah.
guac, extra queso.
Yeah, so
for
this is only
girl.
one bag, so no. Obviously. Because you like all the sides. Because
Yes.
you like all those sides. You like the
Mhm.
chips.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So who do you guys have in the college football playoff? Who's
Ooh,
taking
you
home
wanna go
the
first
crown?
on
What
that?
are your thoughts on? I know we have to be quick, but what are your thoughts on Alabama not getting in too?
Great.
Love it.
Love
It
it.
was right.
I love it.
It was the right decision.
It was the right decision.
Yeah,
Right.
That was right. At least.
Good for
I just
SMU.
always pull for chaos.
Yeah.
So I just pull for the Boise's to win a game.
Yeah.
I'd love
I
to see
know.
Indiana beat Notre Dame.
That won't happen.
It won't happen, but I would love to see that. Like Arizona State, whoever they get,
They're
Clemson or
good.
Texas, I would love to see them. I just want total chaos.
Yeah.
And the teams that we haven't seen.
Texas, Clemson.
Just like March
go.
Madness.
Texas.
Ohio State, Tennessee.
Ohio State.
Really?
I think that could be a
Really,
really
I'm
good
going
game. though.
Tennessee.
I think that could be a really good game. That's a game Ryan Day feels like he really needs to win.
I mean, that's a game like if they get behind, his fans might start booing.
Oh,
them.
for sure.
Who do you think's going to win the whole shebang? Will Oregon go undefeated the entire way?
Let me say this.
No, I don't know.
I like Dan Lanning.
I know.
Yeah,
I
We
he's a
got
good
to
dude.
know him a little bit
Yeah, he's
last
good
year
dude.
at the Fiesta Bowl.
He's
super nice
He's
guy.
a regular guy's guy.
And I love all the videos I see of him and how he like motivates his players and stuff. Like I would love
and
to
his
see
wife
Oregon do
has
it.
a great story. Fought cancer and cancer survivor.
If
so
somebody
she-
like a Boise State doesn't have just a miracle run, which how cool would that be?
Oh, my
Austin
gosh.
Genty like
That'd be
leads
fun.
them, just puts them on his back.
That won't happen.
Oregon, I would be okay with Oregon winning.
Oregon?
I don't want to see an Ohio State or a Texas. Come on.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I think the national champions is going to be, I hate to say this. Well, I don't hate
You're
to
gonna
say
say
it.
Texas, aren't you?
No, I hate to say it, but it's but at the same time,
Tennessee?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Really? Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
that
I
would
think
surprise
with
me.
Georgia-
They
they've
just
got
know
quarterback
how to
issues
win.
right now.
They do have some quarterback
That's
issues.
true.
So that could play a role.
Exactly.
Right.
Just some former Flames. Obviously, former defensive coordinator Scott Simons is
Aldridge.
no. He's at SMU.
Oh, correct.
But
Oh.
yes, Josh Aldridge. I was going to say he was at Auburn as a linebacker coach under Coach
DC.
Freeze. He will be the DC at East Carolina.
East Carolina.
And
So-
don't
Josh Aldridge,
forget-
fantastic. I'm a huge Josh Aldridge
I
fan.
love the Aldridge
Huge,
family.
huge.
And since we last spoke, we had Rich Rod leave Jacksonville State and go to West Virginia. So another coaching change in Conference USA.
Yes.
And that's a big
Yes.
one. That
Wait.
one, Jacksonville State has been a better program overall than New Mexico State.
Yeah.
But I do think there are some like Jerry Kill leaving there, Rich Rod leaving Jacksonville State. Like that I don't think they'll fall to that level, but it's going to be a step down whoever they get.
Yeah, that's definitely
where does
a good
Scott
point.
Simon go?
No, he's still at SMU.
No, he's
in
at
the playoff.
SMU,
He's
just
in
in
the
the
playoff.
playoff.
Okay,
I
I
was
was
just
like,
mentioning
yes.
he's in the
Yeah,
playoff. Sorry,
yeah,
I wasn't
good.
more clear on that.
Good.
Okay. Worst. I remember my final segment. Worst gift you've ever received.
Oh, jeez, the worst gift ever.
Yikes.
Should I have given you guys a heads up on this
Yeah,
when I
probably.
produced
Yeah,
before
probably.
Yeah,
the
you probably should.
But you just produced it
Yeah,
like
that's it.
5 minutes ago.
I actually thought of that in the A block.
Yeah.
I got a
I'll go.
I
I'll
got-
go. What do
go.
you think?
Just go.
Okay, my dad, which we don't speak anymore, but
Which is
when
a-
I
Woo!
remember
Hey,
when
thanks for watching, guys. Have a Merry Christmas.
I,
I don't
no.
speak to my dad anymore. It's like that's funny.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I have a part A and a part B.
okay. Great.
Yellow suitcase. It was like a massive. It looks like a big thing of mustard, but a hard yellow suitcase. It was
Nice.
the ugliest thing, and I was so embarrassed to ever take it anywhere. But then the other one, my mom got us like those beach paddles, you know, that you play
Yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever it's called, paddle at on the beach and everything. And then I got in trouble one time, and she was like spanking me
With the
With the
paddle.
gift.
with the paddle. I'm like, this is my Christmas
Wow,
present.
that's
Merry Christmas.
That's
is-
good.
She wasn't
You
beating
grab
me,
the
people.
paddle.
She just grabbed the paddle and
You know, I
spanked
do have a funny story. It doesn't have to do with Christmas, but it has to do with gift giving. This was pretty funny.
Oh, gosh.
So my mom, grandma,
Yeah.
she used to get Easter baskets for all my kids, right?
Yeah.
And one time she really was like, you know, decorate it. She
Yes.
put all the stuff in there and like pulling things out. And this one Easter, it was like really random stuff. So anyways, my son Jared pulls out. It was like these very large pair of women underwear. And I was like, where did this come from? It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So when you say strange gifts, I
Yes,
was like,
that's a strange
that
one.
was like, and she's like, oh, I didn't mean to pack that in there. I'm so sorry.
Oh
I'm like, well, Mom, how did it get packed in there? I mean, like, let's retrace our steps here. Like,
That was for your father.
Yeah, at what point in the kids' Easter baskets did that get packed in there? Like,
See, that made
yeah.
up for my beach paddle story.
Oh.
Now you
I
got
don't have
one.
I can't think of a bad one. I'll say my grandma every year would give me craisins for Christmas.
Oh,
'Cause
crazy.
I loved craisins.
Oh, those are good.
I can't think a lot of other people probably get that as a gift, but
Yeah.
I loved it. She gave my brother a box of Crispix. He loved Crispix. And I would
Oh
get a
my
big
gosh,
bag
See,
of
that's
raisins.
a grandma knows
Yeah,
what
that
what
was
the kids
fantastic.
like.
Shout out to Adeline Ackley. Ackley is not her.
Fairley.
Sorry.
got married.
She got CUSA Runner of the Year, and Allie Zealand. I mean, she is going to be
fire.
incredible. She already is, but she is just so fast. 9:07 new school record in the 3K.
I mean, she's a freshman.
And that's indoor.
Yeah.
That was her indoor track debut.
Yeah, welcome to
so,
college.
Welcome to college.
Yeah.
feel bad for some of those other runners. You guys got anything else?
Last thing, real quick. Joe, I don't know if people know this, went on a duck hunting trip
my gosh.
this past week.
I'm putting the photo over
And
this.
listen, I'm sure it looked like he had a great time. He was sending me
Duck.
photos of all the ducks.
Yeah.
that he
I'm
shot
not gonna have
and all that.
time.
But my favorite photo,
Look at this.
Joe went sleeveless.
Because we had
He did the
Belichick.
classic
I'm showing-
put the hands under the
No, I
bicep,
didn't.
and you
Yes,
could
you
see
did.
like the bead of sweat as
That's
he was
not true.
straining,
That's-
flexing as hard as he possibly
I mean,
could
that's just
to get those
Hey.
guns to pop.
Hey.
That was my favorite. Now you're
Oh, wait.
sharing it with everyone. You know. There you go.
There we
That
go.
was my favorite
I
photo
mean,
of the
hey,
whole deal.
babe.
Forget the ducks. Like
Let me
I'm
zoom
surprised
in.
he didn't crop the
Look.
ducks out of the photo.
I mean-
just so you could see the massive flex he was
Suns
giving right
out,
there.
guns out, baby.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but that is you're a tool.
What?
that
Wow.
that
Okay.
is really bad, Joe.
No,
I
time
almost
out.
commented.
That is really bad.
I
Time
almost commented on live.
out.
I said I won't do that to Joe. I'll wait till the
That
podcast.
is
Time
bad.
out. Time out. The reason that happened is because I cut the sleeves off because we aren't
oh, you're
Belichick.
right.
Belichick.
It's for
okay.
Belichick. That was just for Belichick.
Right. Yeah, was it?
That's it. They
Yeah.
call me Belichick the whole trip because I
Yeah.
cut the sleeves off. We hired Belichick. We're in the cabin.
Yeah.
Said you got to cut the sleeves off, sir. So I cut the sleeves off
It is
sweatshirt.
so bad.
And I said they call me Belichick. I was Coach Belichick the whole trip.
Oh,
It was
okay.
I'm
you
sorry,
know
Joe,
what?
you're not a tool. It's
You know
Christmas.
what?
I shouldn't say that, but that is bad.
Yeah, that's a really harsh. Call me a tool. The one thing I've never been called in my life is that I called
really?
a lot of things, but Joe
I
Yock's a tool?
Maybe
tool?
the first time to your face.
Yeah,
To be
that's fair.
To be fair.
That's fair. Sure, a few members of the JPL would call me a tool.
I'm sorry, Joe. I love you. Merry
Son-
Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Joe.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Joe.
I love you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings there. I'll say it behind your back next time. Hey, guys, I hope everyone has a Merry
Yes.
Christmas.
Off the next 2 weeks.
Off
No
the
podcast.
next 2 weeks. No podcast.
Yeah.
A safe, happy New Year.
You know, I can comment
Oh,
something.
my gosh. Joe, we gotta go.
Oh my, it's
Yeah.
right on the tip
Yeah.
of my
No.
tongue.
No.
We're
But
gonna
Emily,
leave.
I'm not going to go there.
But real quick, before we go,
Yes.
how can people save money before
Oh, come
we
on.
hit the new year?
Alcova.com/Liberty. Go into the new year. Get yourself $5,000, up to $5,000 in closing costs paid for. Consider it a Christmas gift.
Exactly.
Good for you.
Merry
It's
Christmas.
almost too easy.
Happy New Year. Thanks for listening or watching the Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage. We'll see you next year.